What if a pickup truck could deliver the toughness of a traditional off-roader, the instant response of an electric vehicle, and the long-distance freedom of a hybrid powertrain? That is exactly why the BYD SHARK 7 is such an interesting name to watch. For 2027, this pickup represents a very different approach to what a modern truck can be. It is bold, technology-focused, electrified, and designed to challenge the idea that serious pickup capability has to come from a conventional gasoline engine. The SHARK 7 is part of BYD's growing push into global electrified vehicles, and its formula is surprisingly simple. Combine electric motors with a gasoline engine and a large battery to create a pickup that can be efficient during everyday driving while still delivering serious performance when the road disappears. And visually, the SHARK 7 immediately makes its intentions clear. The exterior has the stance of a modern adventure truck, with a tall body, wide proportions, muscular wheel arches, a commanding front end, and a large pickup bed. Instead of trying to look like every other truck on the road, BYD has given the SHARK family a futuristic identity. Sharp lighting elements, strong body lines, and a high-riding profile create an aggressive appearance without making the design unnecessarily complicated. From the front, the truck looks especially dramatic. The broad grille area, distinctive LED lighting signature, sculpted bumper, and raised hood give it a powerful road presence. It looks ready for an off-road trail, but there is also something distinctly high-tech about the design. Move around to the side, and the proportions become even more interesting. The long wheelbase creates a stable stance, while the large wheels and substantial ground clearance emphasize its adventure-focused character. The cabin sits high above the road, giving the driver a commanding view of traffic and rough terrain. But the SHARK 7 is not simply about appearance. Its biggest story is underneath the body. Instead of relying exclusively on a traditional combustion engine, the SHARK uses a plug-in hybrid architecture built around electric propulsion. That means the electric motors can provide immediate torque, while the gasoline engine can support longer journeys and help eliminate the range anxiety associated with a purely electric pickup. This combination could be particularly important for truck buyers. Imagine starting your morning with a quiet electric commute through the city. The truck can operate with the smoothness and instant response associated with an EV. Then, when the journey becomes longer, the combustion engine becomes part of the equation, giving the vehicle additional flexibility. That is where the SHARK concept becomes genuinely compelling. Electric motors are extremely good at delivering torque instantly, and torque is exactly what a pickup needs. Whether you're accelerating onto a highway, climbing a steep surface, or moving away from a difficult trail section, immediate electric response can make the vehicle feel remarkably strong. And because this is a dual-motor, all-wheel drive-oriented platform, the system can distribute propulsion intelligently between the front and rear axles. That gives the SHARK a major advantage when traction becomes limited. On a wet road, loose gravel, sand, or muddy trail, controlling torque electronically can be much faster than traditional mechanical systems. The result is a pickup that can potentially feel more confident across a much wider range of surfaces. But performance isn't only about acceleration. A serious pickup also needs durability, practicality, and useful space. That's where the SHARK's traditional pickup proportions become important. Behind the passenger cabin is a dedicated cargo bed designed for equipment, outdoor gear, tools, luggage, and whatever else the adventure demands. The combination of a modern electrified powertrain and conventional pickup utility is what makes this vehicle different. You don't have to choose between technology and practicality. Inside the cabin, the SHARK takes another major step away from traditional pickups. Instead of filling the dashboard with old-fashioned switches and basic displays, BYD focuses heavily on digital technology. The interior has a modern, almost SUV-like atmosphere, with large screens, connected functions, digital instrumentation, and a cabin designed around the driver and passengers. The dashboard architecture feels wide and contemporary. A large central display becomes the main control point for entertainment, navigation, vehicle settings, and connectivity. A digital instrument display provides important driving information directly in front of the driver. This is important because pickup buyers are no longer willing to sacrifice technology just because they need utility. Modern truck customers expect smartphone connectivity, advanced navigation, cameras, driver assistance, premium audio, comfortable seating, and intelligent climate control. The Shark's technology-heavy cabin is designed to meet those expectations. And then there is the driving experience. Because the electric motors provide immediate response, the Shark can feel much more responsive than a conventional heavy pickup. There is no traditional gearshift sensation dominating the experience. Instead, acceleration can feel smooth and continuous. That doesn't mean the gasoline engine becomes irrelevant. Quite the opposite. The hybrid system is designed to provide flexibility. For short daily journeys, electric driving can potentially handle much of the work. For longer trips, the combustion engine provides additional energy and flexibility. That makes the Shark particularly interesting for buyers who want electrification but aren't ready to depend entirely on charging infrastructure. And that could become one of the biggest advantages of plug-in hybrid pickups during the transition toward electrification. Charging infrastructure continues to expand, but long-distance travel, remote destinations, towing, weather, and heavy loads can still make fully electric ownership challenging for some buyers. A plug-in hybrid can provide a bridge between those two worlds. The Shark also has another advantage. Technology can improve how a pickup behaves off-road. Advanced drive modes, electronic torque management, camera systems, and traction control can help drivers navigate difficult surfaces with greater confidence. Instead of relying entirely on driver skill, the vehicle's electronics can constantly monitor traction and adjust the power delivery. For an experienced off-road driver, that can make the truck more capable. For a new adventure driver, it can make challenging terrain less intimidating. Of course, the real question is whether BYD can convince global buyers that it belongs alongside established pickup names. That will not be easy. The pickup market is dominated by decades of brand loyalty. Toyota, Ford, Chevrolet, Ram, Nissan, and other established manufacturers have built reputations around reliability, durability, towing, and off-road performance. BYD is taking a different route. Rather than trying to beat traditional trucks by copying them, the Shark focuses on electrification and technology. It is essentially asking a simple question. What if the next generation of pickup buyers doesn't want yesterday's truck? That could be the Shark's biggest opportunity. For younger buyers, technology is not an optional luxury. It is expected. They want connectivity, digital controls, modern design, efficient powertrains, and vehicles that can handle both daily transportation and weekend adventures. The Shark fits that lifestyle extremely well. It can look aggressive enough for an off-road trip, comfortable enough for a daily commute, and sophisticated enough to compete with modern SUVs. But perhaps the most important factor will be price. If BYD can position the Shark competitively while offering a strong equipment list, electrified performance, and useful pickup capability, it could attract buyers who normally wouldn't consider a new automotive brand. And that is why the 2027 BYD Shark 7 could be so important. It isn't just another pickup. It represents the rapid transformation of the truck market. The traditional formula was simple: large gasoline engine, transmission, mechanical four-wheel drive, and rugged construction. The new formula is becoming much more sophisticated: battery power, electric motors, intelligent software, hybrid technology, digital controls, advanced driver assistance, and connected systems. The Shark sits directly in the middle of that transformation. It is a truck designed for people who still want adventure, but also want the technology of the future. And if BYD continues improving its global presence, the Shark could become one of the vehicles that forces established manufacturers to rethink their own pickup strategies. The biggest question is no longer whether electric and hybrid technology will enter the pickup market. It already has. The question is how quickly the technology will become mainstream. And vehicles like the BYD Shark 7 could accelerate that change. Imagine the scene: a rugged pickup leaving the city silently, running on electric power, carrying outdoor equipment in the bed. Hours later, it reaches a remote trail where the terrain becomes rough. The truck switches between its electric and hybrid systems, intelligently managing power and traction while the driver continues deeper into the wilderness. That is the promise of this new generation of pickups. Not simply more horsepower, not simply better fuel economy, but a completely different way of combining performance, efficiency, technology, and adventure. The 2027 BYD Shark 7 could be a glimpse into that future. It looks tough enough to challenge traditional trucks, yet its technology belongs to a new automotive era. Its hybrid architecture offers flexibility, its electric motors deliver instant response, and its digital cabin brings modern technology directly into the pickup experience. Whether it ultimately becomes a major global success will depend on pricing, reliability, availability, towing capability, charging infrastructure, and how buyers respond to the BYD name. But one thing is already clear. The pickup truck is changing, and the Shark is one of the vehicles pushing that change forward. The 2027 BYD Shark 7 isn't trying to prove that the old pickup is dead. It is showing us what the next pickup could become. And if this is where the future of trucks is heading, the competition is about to get very interesting.